line 106, my name is John Smith, and there should be an underscore between is and John, right?
Um, let's see. I was expecting it to kind of combine them together, but it said it failed. Because like I said, I hadn't added the underscore yet. Um,
Oh yeah,
oh
but
yeah, but I
it's
can add
asking
the.
you, like this function is asking you to add the underscore, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like ultimately,
Okay.
of course, I guess this is my process of how it would work through it. I'm like, okay, I'm expecting this to work, and let me see if this works. Okay, now I have to figure out how to add in that
Okay.
portion.
Uh, I get that, but for writing test cases, I rather that you just
Do the
immediately write
function.
the correct answer.
Okay,
If you have to do intermediary steps, I rather you create a new function for that.
okay,
Yeah. There's a reason for this, and I think we'll get to that at some point. There's a certain way we should navigate a problem, and part of the process is knowing what the final destination is.
okay. I understand.
And I think there shouldn't be a space around an underscore, right?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Shoot.
Okay, great. Could we have one more test?
Yeah. Oh, like I'm trying to type on your screen. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it'd be something like that.
Okay. How many arguments should this function take in?
Two.
And
That's
how many do
true.
we put in
Yeah.
F? Yeah.
Of course. It's up here that I have to do that. It's not down there. What did you want for the second test?
Something that's different. So currently it's exactly the same.
Okay,
Could we
I,
use
I
some
see what
different
you mean.
words? Yeah.
Of course. I think, yeah, it'd be like that. How it
Great.
should be.
All right. So how do we tackle this?
Okay. So to come back to this, like I was suggesting down there, I think it would be that. And then if I run this and add, let's see, did not expect the evaluation on the left side to raise an exception. Greater than the function except two parameters. Okay, I don't really understand the instructions or like the things it's giving me about the failed test. So okay, can you only put two things into string append? Like only like A and B? You can't put C?
So how do we find out?
I would I'd Google and research.
Yeah. So you have to refer to the documentation, right? That's where they define these. That's where they define these things.
Yes. So I was looking at. Wait. Oh, I lost my spot. Let me go back to this.
Do you see the documentation for it?
Yeah, I have it, but like I lost my spot in the documentation because it referenced a particular. Hey, like check this out. Um, so here we go. Let's bring this back over
So you can
here.
always use the top left search manuals to search for the particular word, in this case, string append, right?
Okay. Because the exercise specifically says see exercise 2 for ideas. And I might have clicked that and it
Which
didn't
one's
open.
exercise two? Oh wait, exercise two, that's like way back.
Sure.
Like you have to refer to the textbook for that. Do you have the textbook?
Well, I don't. It's a link, so I just clicked on the link and it took me there.
Okay.
And it's
Exercise.
like that's how I found like string append.
Okay.
Also, they're not using commas. I'm realizing you don't
Okay,
need.
yeah, so in this book is in a different language from ours. So
Okay.
don't take the syntax too seriously. Like get the ideas but not the syntax.
Okay.
And also, okay, the string append in that language is it takes in any number of arguments, but ours doesn't. Ours only takes in two.
Okay. So okay. So you want me? So you're on pirate.org. So like I haven't been like necessarily referencing that. So you want me going to pirate.org specifically for this kind of stuff?
For documentation?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for documentation you need to be on pirate.org. Otherwise you're getting documentation. It's like picking up the dictionary for a different language you're trying to learn.
I mean, in truth, I just kind of Google search what I'm looking for. That's usually how I research it. Like I'll be a pirate dash, you know, how does TrickPen work or something like that, and then kind of
It could work.
see what comes up, and yeah,
There
it
are
should be
times where you
something
gotta do
along those
this,
lines.
but if you do that, you're at the mercy of the search engine you're using. Whereas
Hmm.
if you just use the documentation straight, you're guaranteed to basically arrive at the place that you are looking for.
Yeah, yeah, I'm always open to having better resources. So I did find, all right, so I did find the pirates documentation on string append. Okay, so did two things, and then okay, so maybe I can say if I can only take in two arguments and I need to append multiple things, maybe I can set this up as different variables. Let's say we'll call this part one, and we can do that, and then oh, and then answer can be string append part one, string two, and then see if that works out. Block should end the left binding. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. It's always this happens when I use variables. Okay, now it looks like it passes.
Nice. Okay, I want to go back. Have you started on have you done exercise 16 before?
No, you don't
Okay,
skip images for now.
did we cover, like, have I introduced you to images?
No,
It is time. It is time for images.
I figured.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. I usually ask, like, I usually type this. Oh, so I'm typing at the bottom of the file. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see you. It's working
Good,
now.
good. Okay. Okay. Usually, like, people don't know that this is coming, but you already know it's images. But I'm gonna ask you anyway. What do you think this will do if you run right now?
Okay, so I mean, if like if this was like HTML, CSS, it would run on a web browser, and I expect to see a solid red circle. Maybe the 30 is a radius or a diameter,
Okay.
and I would expect to see that, on an empty white web browser page with the red circle. Maybe it's 30 pixels, maybe, if that's what the reference is. But I don't know how Pirate would try to emulate this, or what we would see as when you run it.
Okay, let's run it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so it literally just puts a red circle. Oh,
Ah, very
you
nice.
know, when it said solid, I thought it meant that the line was solid, not the entire circle.
Hmm.
Like solid versus dash. That's interesting.
I don't know there's that I know there's outline. So if we replace solid with outline and if we run it now it's a hollow circle. It's just yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so there are images in this language. Yeah, so it always comes as a surprise to people. You can't do this in every language. Most languages you can save an image to your file system, but you can't actually like hit run and see the image. Um, so in this language, images are a data type. We've covered numbers, we've covered strings, we've covered booleans, and now we see images.
Hmm.
So for
Okay.
each of the like usually the primitive data types, they're like fundamental in some way, like numbers, like they are encoding like mathematics, right?
Yeah.
Strings, they encode language, and language is very important to human civilization. Booleans, they encode decisions. Decisions are fundamental to how we operate, how computers operate. But images, they're not fundamental. There's no existential reason for them to exist. But they are useful. This language is designed for beginners, and oftentimes beginners are children, and images are fun. Children like images. So
Okay.
a data type doesn't have to be philosophically fundamental. They just have to be useful. So in this language, images are useful. Uh, the same way that we have been performing arithmetic and algebra with numbers, strings, and booleans, we can also perform arithmetic and algebra with images, which is what we're going to go to do with exercise 16.
Okay.
One challenge with images is that it's similar to string in the sense that you have to read the documentation a lot.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I will give you an introduction to the documentation. So I'm going to share my screen for my documentation.
Okay.
Give me one sec.
Interesting.
Okay. Okay, so on the left-hand side, if you scroll down to 3.1.16, you'll see the image libraries. That's where we'll find documentation for images. So just like reading a book, you don't read top to bottom. You kind of want to start looking at the indices, like what are the sections.
You said
So
3.1 point what?
16, 3.1.16, the
Oh,
image
right there.
libraries.
Yeah.
And on the left-hand side, you'll see some section headers. You have data types. So data types are like the building blocks of everything. Everything are made from the data types. You can see some basic images, like circle. So the circle is a function that produces an image. Uh, and you can see like, oh, the number is actually the radius. If you look at the documentation, you can see the fill mode, what is fill, and if you're curious, other than outline and solid, what other modes are there? You can click on fill mode. Oh, we can see solid, you can see outline. You can see a number between 0 and 1. You can have fades. So that's nice. If you want to know, like, oh, other than red, what other colors there are, you can also look at image color and see. There's sea green apparently. Yeah, okay. But these, so you got your basic images, you got texts, you got polygons if you want to make a rectangle or something. Uh, but what's interesting is how do images combine? How do we do arithmetic on images? You have overlay. You can put one
Hmm.
image literally on top of the other, such that one is covering the other.
Yeah.
You have underlay, which is like overlay but the other direction. You have beside, so you can put images left and right of each other. You have above, so images go on top or bottom of one another. Um, Okay, that's what I'll talk about for now.
Hmm.
You have image properties. This one I think is important. Like you can get the width and the height of an image. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm done talking now. So given all that you know now, let's work on the next exercise.
Okay. So it says to define a function image area which counts the number of pixels in a given image. See exercise 6 for ideas. Okay. So I'm gonna back up. I know he said this in a different language. I still wanna. Okay, it's just like an image of a cat.
Oh, whenever it sees exercise N for ideas, I would say just ignore it because
Okay,
it might be language specific advice.
fair enough. Okay, so I mean, the request feels so specific. I'm like, these general purpose libraries.
I would advise
HtDP.
starting by writing at least two test cases for this.
Okay. Um, I don't even know how. I mean, I need to know so much more about like the structure of this idea. Like, I don't even know what when I'm entering in this variable gets entered in. Oh, I guess it's an image. And
Okay, I'll start
so what?
by fixing the header. So image area, what does it take in?
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to explain. I don't know. I'm so this idea like, oh yeah, this function is gonna count. I guess you would it would be an image, but I guess the title of the image.
Well, it just says image, right? It just get so remember, image is a data type like strings and numbers. It could just be an image.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what does that look like? Is that is do I would I see that? Would it be like a literal circle inside of the two parentheses? Is the
Oh no,
text?
it's like a oh it's not as a parameter. So same like line 109, for example, string join. It's taking in strings, but we have parameters in place of those strings, right?
Sure, yeah. So okay, yeah, sure, technically,
Yeah, perfect.
but it's still like when it gets called, something's there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't even know what the call is necessarily going to look like.
Okay, so let's start with that. Line 100. Let's call image area and let's think about what to pass in. So okay, now it's the question. Okay, what do we pass in? We just need any image, right? How do we produce an image?
Um, I guess we produced an image earlier,
Yeah, we did just now, right?
but I mean, sure. Where did we? Hold on. So,
And where else can we find about how we can make images?
in the documentation, I imagine.
Yes.
Color. Um. Okay, so I see there's like, oh, basic images. We can make a circle and then call like a rate with the radius mode and color. Yeah, I don't. I kind of like to. This is outside of my lane. I kind of like to be taught, I guess, on this one. I'm not sure.
Okay, so let's start with what we did just now. So we created an image just now. How do we do that?
The it was what was it? Circle back down
Circle.
here,
All right, let's write circle.
and what you put 30 solid. All right, I think this is literally what you put, right?
Close. So let's refer to the documentation. Why do I say it's close?
Um, Good question. Not sure.
Okay, solid and red. Is it exactly like that?
Is it flipped?
No, no, flip is not. The order was correct. Okay, it's fine for now. Let's move 103 and let's move it to the back of line 100. So let's pass that into image area.
Like all of this?
Yeah, line 103. Let's bring the entire circle call and let's put that into image area. Oh no, I wanted you to keep the call to
Okay.
image area. So image area and then circle. And oh, don't forget the area from image area.
Right.
Okay. So let's just say this produces a circle and that gets passed into image area. What should image area produce here?
Um, it should give us the number of pixels inside the circle.
Okay. And how many pixels is inside the circle?
I don't know. I don't even know how to count them right now.
Oh yeah, so this is a bit of geometry. I might have to pull out a drawing board.
Oh, what does the 30 represent? You never told me.
Oh no. Oh yes, actually, I'm not going to tell you. I want you to find out. How do we find out what this 30 represents?
All right. Let's see. Um, Documentation, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Oh, I guess these need to be in parentheses.
Nice. Yeah, so the double quotes are missing just now. Let's go. You have added that in.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Blah, blah. Okay, so this is the radius. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, if it's the radius, break out a calculator, and that's a pi r squared, right? 30 times 30 times 3.14, so it should be 2,826.
Okay,
Okay.
let's pause for a second. An image, right? Like an image in your computer. They're all rectangles, right?
Yeah.
So this circle is going to produce an image that's a rectangle that contains a circle,
Yeah.
but it's still a rectangle.
Okay.
Like this image could be a picture of Mario, right? You wouldn't be calculating the area on Mario. You just be calculating the area that is the rectangle containing Mario. Get what I'm saying?
Interesting. Okay. So I would need the so really I would need to calculate width times height of the rectangle containing the circle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So it's gonna be what, 60 by 60 then?
Okay, let's try
It's gonna
that.
be 3600. So the answer should be 3600. So if we say where blah 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 100
Nice.
um yeah, and then I have to find the mechanism for how to count pixels.
Okay, before we move on, let's create one more test case that's with something that isn't a circle. Let's try another image.
Sure. Sure, we'll do that. Now let me go look up rectangles. Okay. There you go. So now we have our test cases. Oh, hold on.
Cool. Very good. Okay.
Eh, Yeah, okay. Term number. Okay. So image. I guess there's like a thing called image to color lists. Trying to see if I can find this documentation. Turns a list of colors and corresponding colors and images. Color apposition. No, okay. I mean, this would just be like a matter of some research. I'm sure I could figure it out if I just took a little time, researched it. Get that thing done.
Okay. It is
You
actually
literally
very,
go ahead.
it is very possible to solve this right now. So you already identified how to calculate the area of the image, right? You need its width and height. So the question now is how do we get the width and height of the image, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so this doesn't always work, but what you can do is you can just go to the image documentation and control F width and see whatever shows up. Can you give that a try?
Yeah, like that's kind of what I was doing at first, but it's like, okay, I'm sorry. Now that you've pointed me toward, hey, you need to know the image with the width and height. But I didn't even have like I didn't even know to control F4 if I can put it that way. Um, okay, but let's see. With well, properties, image. Okay, okay, okay. I think I see. We gotta go. Um, and then it's always gonna be times. Yeah, no matter what the image is, it's always this set.
Oh,
Should be something like that, right? Oh wait, the image height.
uh, you're missing a closing parentheses.
Oh, I think that's okay. So I was getting in trouble. Okay,
Congratulations. Okay, I need to give you a new Zoom link. This one's about to expire,
sure.
and we'll review what we just did. Okay, I'll see you in a
Okay,
minute.
sounds good. Be back.
Okay, so let's reflect on what happened. So the key idea here is to realize that the contents of the image doesn't actually matter, whether it's a circle or rectangle. We're reducing it down to the essence of the image, and the essence in this case, it's the width and height of it, right?
Yeah,
So just now the question you had is like, okay, I know that like you had some inkling that we need to extract some information from the image, but you don't know what to quite search up in the documentation, right?
yeah,
So in a situation like what would one would have done? Like if I didn't say such a width, like would you have known what I've done? So I'll talk about like some strategies for this. Um, it's more art than science. It mostly comes with time and experience. But I'll share my screen. So I'm gonna share the documentation here.
yeah.
So The first thing to realize, so remember I gave a speech about how our job as programmers is to convert between data and information.
Yeah.
And in documentation, right, what it really is fundamentally is it's giving you data. So here, the top here, for example, is the data, and here's the information. Okay.
Yeah.
This is data because this is what the computer understands and sees. It understands, oh, this is the name of the function. This is what the function should take in, and this is what it produces, all in terms of its type. We call this the signature of the function, the signature. And this is just its description, and this tells us, okay, what is this actually doing? Um, and so right just now we were like, okay, as we were writing the test cases, we realized to compute the area, and this is why I wanted you to write the test cases first. I wanted you to realize that, oh, to get the area of the image, I had to boil it down to its width and height. And in your head, you're sort of calculating the width and height, like the circle, you took the radius and multiplied by two. The rectangle with the width and height is obvious.
Mhm.
So there's this idea of, okay, I need this information, the width and height. So one strategy is to literally go into the documentation and search out width and height. So that is one strategy. Um, but notice how like you have to be like really conscious about your thought process. And this is what I'm all about. I don't care about the right answer, but what's important to me is that you are very conscious about your thought process and being very systematic about it. But this doesn't always work because sometimes there are synonyms. Maybe this documentation, this language, they use like other words for width. Maybe they call it length. And if you search on width, it wouldn't have worked. So what's the other strategy? The other strategy is to it's like reading a book. When you read a book, you don't read word by word, you read sections first. So it's like data types. Okay, like these are the data types, but this is not going to help me right now. Basic images, that's telling me how to make a new image. That's not what I need right now. I need the width and height. More data types. I don't need text. I don't need data types. So all this up here are all data types. So I could ignore all of them. Polygons, that's more images. I don't need more images. Overlay, this is about how to combine images. I don't care about that. Uh, I don't care about this. I don't care about this. Rotating, scaling, this is how I should change an image. I don't care about that. I want the width and height. Bitmaps, I don't know what that is. That doesn't tell me about width and height. Pinholes, I also don't know what it is. I'm just going to ignore it. Image properties. Oh, properties of an image. Oh, image width. Okay. So you saw what I did there, right? I went through the sections and I sort of crossed it out one by one.
Yes, yes, I saw that.
Yeah, so that's the second strategy. Um, so when we're starting out, right, this like because you're new to all this, you have to keep repeating this process, but once you're familiar with it, it gets easier. It's like, oh, I know what this is. Oh, I know where to look for it. I know its name. But like, let's say you do web development, there's a new framework that comes out. You got to do this. Like, it's busy work, but you got to do it. Like, you just have to. There's no way around it.
Hmm.
Uh, good news is, I would say there's a lot of like at least in our sessions, there's a lot of documentation reading, at least for starting out, because I'm introducing to all these new ideas. But as we get on
Yeah.
later, there's less of this. But you still need to know how to navigate the documentation, though. It's an
Yeah,
important
research
skill.
is it's important.
Mhm. Okay, I'm going to go back to the code now. Now that you've done that first question, it's like you just climb like the mountain and like now it's just like enjoying the view.
Sure.
Uh, yeah, let's look at exercise 17 now.
Sure. Consumes an image and conditionally produces tall if the image is taller than wide, and wide if the it is wider than tall. Interesting. Okay. So some conditionals. And that's what you want, right? You want me to have my where and end set up before I start actually
Yes,
putting the function
very good.
together.
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, and okay, start with the long version, then we'll simplify it. If so, because an image and conditionally produces tall if it's taller than wide. Okay. So if greater than e less than what was the second one? Wide? Something like that. So all
Okay.
right. Okay. Oh, I guess I should like let's go. So it goes with height, right? Okay, so if it's with height, this would be the wide one. I do you need to like if we don't care, can we just end it at 30? Close parentheses. Well, I guess or do we
You have to follow the rules of the signature.
okay. Oh, did I don't know why it's wanting to indent that in, but this down actually. We'll just flip this.
Oh.
Is there a reason why this is getting indented in over there too? Oh, I
Um,
missed one, that's why.
it's
Okay.
usually whenever indentation breaks, it's because of missing parentheses.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. That should do it now. Excuse me.
Oh,
Okay.
bless you.
Run this, blah blah. Need to add or remove text to fix your program. Okay.
Oh,
Did I mess up something before the where?
yeah. The ifs they need to end with an N, END.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually every multi-line expression will need an END at the end.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, wait, this. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, so it's with so if I did a width of 60 and a height of 30, hmm, I'm not seeing it. Um,
Okay. So in cases like this, usually what happens is that what you think the code is saying is different from what the code is actually saying. Usually it's like a typo or something. So I'll read one lines 110 to 112 really carefully. Like actually read it out.
oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it could just literally be in my code. Let's see. Oh, did I flip them? I guess I kind of did. So, okay, really, should be smaller
Ah,
than that.
excellent. Let's see if that solves it. Very nice.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and I like that you wrote the test cases as well that covers each and every condition. It's good.
Hmm.
It's a good habit to have. Yeah, but flipping things twice is like that's a really common problem. So be conscious about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm pretty sure this could be simpler, but just from remembering the whole thing on booleans. But
Um, that's a good question, but I don't think it can actually be simpler than this. And that's because last time it was producing booleans, this time we're producing strings, right?
yeah, I guess that's true.
Whenever you have if expressions that produce booleans, chances are you can convert the if into just normal boolean operators.
Hmm.
In this case, we can do it here because we produce strings.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, very nice. Okay, I think let me see. Maybe we could move on. Let me look at the other problems because I feel like yeah, you look pretty comfortable with using the mechanics.
Yeah,
Um,
honestly, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I'm getting kind of grammar issues with the ifs and else ifs. I was like, I'm just gonna write this out. We'll see how it breaks. Yeah, it worked out though.
okay, yeah, I'll say let's move on from the exercises for now. If you want extra practice, it's exercise 19 and 20 in the textbook.
Hmm.
We have 5 minutes. I will just tease the next new idea, but we can get into it in full detail.
Okay, sounds good.
So right now, what we have really done is we've introduced primitive data types, number strings, booleans, and now images. We could perform arithmetic and algebra on them. Uh, so these data types, they are used to encode some information in the real world, but there are still limits. Whatever we can encode about the real world, we're limited to what we can encode, what we can write down as data types. So number strings, booleans, images, that's all we have right now. Um,
Hmm.
but there's one idea that I want to now introduce, and that's the idea of choices, where you have one of many things. We've seen conditionals where we can act based on one of many things. But let's say like we have a traffic light, right? A traffic light is either red, green, or yellow.
Hmm.
How do I encode that? So the next chapter that I'm going to introduce now is the idea of enumeration. This is the idea of encoding. You can see what I'm writing at the bottom of the file.
Yeah.
Okay, encoding uh information where it can be one of many things. So I'll give an example. A traffic light is one of red, yellow, or green. Right? See that?
Yeah.
What's interesting about this data type is that it still has to refer to another data type. So it contains strings. But would you say traffic lights and strings are equivalent?
Um, I mean, you can use strings to, encompass these concepts to
Yeah.
represent them.
But what's important to know is that they're not exactly equivalent because not all strings are traffic lights, right? Like the string blue wouldn't be a traffic light.
Right, yeah.
So like there's so many strings, like an infinite number of strings that we could create. But what we have done
Sure.
is we sort of carved like, okay, we only care about these three strings and we can only be one of it. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
that's, yeah,
you're so basically like you're defining this like a data set. Like these are the properties of traffic light, and so you can use them in the future.
sure, yeah. Uh, Now why would we, oh wait, do you say you do JavaScript?
Yes.
Is that, I think that's enums in JavaScript. Or is that TypeScript? I can't remember.
I think probably when it comes to like data tables, I feel like I learned more about that in Python, but it's like
Python, I don't think Python has this as a language feature.
maybe or actually am I mixing things up? Hold on. Oh no. I mean
But
like
yeah, or like actually we've seen something like this before, like the fill mode, right? Fill mode is one of solid or outline, and we saw one other thing, right?
either way, there's plenty to do. Like even if I have seen this in some way, it still feels very like I wouldn't say it feels like super familiar to me. Like there's plenty to learn.
Excellent. Yeah, so this is a very important idea, the idea of it being one of many things. So we saw an example actually, fill mode. You couldn't pass in any string, like you couldn't pass in Marvin, you had to pass in solid or outline. Any other string, I would have complained. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, let's pause here. The next time we pick up, we'll continue this idea. And I want to introduce another idea, which is the design recipe. So my whole spiel with all this is the idea of thinking through things very systematically, like going from step one to step two to step three. We haven't really been doing, we've been doing some of that to some extent. We have, like I told you, like, oh, let's write the test cases first. Let's write the function headers first. I've told you all these bits and pieces, and now we're going to bring them all of them together into a nice set of steps that you could follow. Do you have any questions?
No, no, I'm looking forward to our next session. So
Awesome. All right, good work today, Ernesto, and I will see you next time.
sounds good. Thank you, Marv. Appreciate you. Catch you later.
Of course, bye bye.